Hiya. I don't know how well this is going to work out, how good the image quality and whatnot's going to be. And I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing, but today I'm about to do my own practice, and for a long time I've been thinking I'd love a way to share some of these practices with people who can't get to class with me, with people who can't afford to get to class with me, with people who perhaps are too scared to come to a class or don't live near me, but would benefit from some of the yoga that I'm so fortunate to be able to offer and share with the world. It's nothing revolutionary, it's nothing you can't find on YouTube or any of those good sites, or if you're fortunate enough to have enough money, it's definitely nothing you can't find by paying for. But I feel so strongly that the world is a really overwhelming place at the moment, and one of the ways that I cope with that personal feeling of overwhelm and helplessness is definitely by coming back to a movement and mindfulness-based practice that connects me to God, in my view, connects me to myself, and helps me to just ground and settle. And I think I was just thinking, I was sat upstairs and I was thinking about coming down here to do my yoga practice, and I thought, God, there must be more people than me. I feel so overwhelmed by how difficult life is with everything that I see, and there's so little that I can control. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? You've kind of got two choices. You can wallow in it, or you can try and take some action. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do my yoga practice, and I'm going to do it as if I was teaching a class, so that if anyone's there and watching and needs these practices too, if even just one person gets to benefit from a tiny bit of presence, slowing down. Hey Sammy, you're amazing, by the way. I saw what you've done. So if one person gets to come to yoga and gets 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute of rest, 1 minute of feeling better, then this video will be worth it. So essentially what I'm going to do is lead you through one of my own practices, which, guys, I'm not going to lie, I wing it. I make it up on the fly when I'm practicing for myself, so I don't know what's going to come out. Listen to as much as you like, do the whole video, do the breathing, listen to me ramble, listen to me pray, whatever it is you want. My sincere hope and intention is that there's just one person. Obviously it'd be amazing if there was more people, but there's just one person out there who needs to join with me in this space today, or whenever they watch it and this video reaches them, and that in some small way I get to be the change that I want to see in this world. So if you find a way to sit comfortably, I'm going to sit, I'm just going to do this in real time because I'm actually doing it now, so those of you on the thing with me, yeah, and that's my belly, it's going to do yoga too. I'm going to get myself a sheepskin rug because that's how I roll. And I'm going to sit comfortably in a cross-legged position. You might like to sit up on something, you might like to sit with your legs straight, you might like to lie down. I have no attachment to how you do, like how you get comfortable. If you're comfortable lying down, then do that. Just get nice and comfy. And wherever you are, just start to tune the outer world out if it's safe for you to do so. And just start to tune into your inner world. So notice how you're showing up in this moment. Close your eyes. Lengthen your spine. And however you're sat, let yourself be completely supported and taken care of. Even if you just join me for this initial relaxation, this initial slowing down and centering, maybe I'll have done my job and helped you in some way. So before you do anything, and guys, can you give me a sound check? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up, one of you. Kate! Oh, hello Kate. And Vanette, wow. Yeah, give me a little thumbs up if you can still hear. because obviously I'm going to be moving in a minute. I'm assuming you can. Fuck it. Hopefully you can. So close the eyes and just arrive with yourself. Let all of the fragmented parts of you come together on the mat. Almost like if you imagine a spilled glass of water and you could hit rewind and you could imagine all of the water rushing back up into the glass. Imagine you're like that glass of water with the water that has been spilled and is diffuse, rushing back in to be contained and held again. And then bring your awareness to your breath. I'm going to be breathing with you because this is essentially my practice as well, and I'm just trying to be economical with my time and give something of myself. So it's not going to be like a perfect slick video. There's other places you can go for that. If you want to share energy and prana real time, then stay with me. Begin to notice your breath. Noticing the inhale. How as you breathe in, the ribs swell and expand until you're just full for a moment. And then as you exhale, the lower ribs start to draw in together. The diaphragm at the bottom of the lungs lifts and the air is pushed out. And I always say in class, it's this constant dance between our own expansion and our own contraction. A constant dance between expanding, drawing back in, spilling, containing. So let yourself be fully present in this dance, and the very act of drawing your awareness to your breath starts to calm the nervous system and settle the mind. So I'm just going to breathe with you for a few now, and what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be drawing breath in through my nose, holding it for 1 to 2 seconds, then breathing out through my mouth. And I'm really sorry, I can see you guys are amazing and you're all commenting, and that's so awesome, thank you. But I'm going to stay focused on what we're doing because I need it too, quite frankly. I really need it today. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to drop in now, and remember I'm going to be drawing in through the nose, holding for 1 to 2 seconds in the fullness of myself, and then slowing down the exhale, breathing out through the mouth. You drop into it too now, eyes closed, focusing on the breath and the sensation. And if the mind wanders, start to count the number of beats you do for the inhale and the number of beats you do for the exhale. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my heart in prayer. And actually I'm feeling uncomfortable, so I'm going to move onto my knees, bring hands into prayer. And I'm going to draw the arms up and wide as I breathe in. And then drawing them back in and down. Notice that I'm lowering my head and chest and chin, and I've brought my thumbs to my third eye, you can see there. So slowing this movement down, working with the breath, inhaling, lifting up, again, I've added a little movement on there for those that are interested. What feels good in my body? Like, I always just play and listen to the body during my own practice. So my thorough advice to you is to do the same thing. Like, get ideas from other people, but start to listen to your body about what feels good in that moment, because it has so much wisdom to share. So if you watch me, hopefully you've got your eyes open just for a moment. But what I'm doing is inhaling, lifting up and really broadening, even if you look from the side, even leaning forward a little bit, squeezing my butt muscles for support. And then as I exhale, drawing down in. So coming back onto the bottom, onto heels, drawing in. I'm just going to lose my vagina scarf. It's actually got vaginas on it. How good is that? Just show you. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so let's go again. I'm going to show you from the side, but close your eyes once you've got the move, drop into it, and just enjoy a bit of movement and breath. Oh, so let's get centered. Inhaling, lifting up. Expanding, reaching, exhale, drawing down. Ooh. Going as fast or as slow as you wish. I've just started wanting to speed up a little bit. And then turning to face you again. At this point, I'm going to tuck my toes underneath and just start to circle the neck a little bit. Letting the upper body open and warm up, and very gently, always be mindful of your neck because it can be really tight and stiff. But be mindful of your neck, just gently rolling from side to side. And if you find any sticky points, just staying there and breathing. Again, exhaling through the mouth can really help with that slowing down of the nervous system and the release. Oh yeah. Beautiful. And then I'm going to ditch my, hey Bev, just looking up now, I'm just going to ditch my sheepskin. And this is where I'm not sure how good my video is for actually seeing me, so I might have to rearrange you guys. Whoops. Oh, hang on, my little tripod thing's just collapsed a little bit. There we go. Okay, so again, super simple. I'm coming onto all fours. So just to show you from the side, toes are tucked, roughly having hands below shoulders. And then I like to move like this. Drawing chin into chest, spreading across the shoulder blades. And then lifting chest and bottom. And I'm not just wiggling my butt because I'm sassy and that's what I like. I like to just move through the sides of the body. Oh, yeah. So again, here folks, have a little play. Like those of you, there's quite a few of you who are my students on here, so you'll recognise me like a little broken record saying what I have to say, but generally what I love to say to people about this practice is that it is a tool for coming into ourselves rather than a tool. Is that better? No, that's not better. It's a tool for coming into ourselves rather than a tool for getting the body into particular shapes. So like here, just have a few moments of movement. I'm going to come up into down dog, but then coming back into the all fours position. And maybe just rocking gently forward and back. Coming up onto fingertips is another option. Pressing through the hips. Again, circling the neck, or maybe looking round towards the feet can feel really nice. And even here, I particularly like to walk the arms right out in front of me. Bring forehead to the floor for a moment. Oh. Keeping your lower body where it is, walk the hands over to one side and soften forehead down onto the floor again. Letting the side body stretch. And then back to center. Take a deep breath in, look forward. And then walk it over to the other side as you breathe out. And coming back to center. So I'll just show you this next one from the front. Taking your right leg out to the side and slowly shifting back. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. See which feels better on your knee. And just taking a few moments, opening up the inner thighs. Even here, I like to come over into a nice little side bend. Lifting the hips up. Taking the arm up and over, reaching down the extended leg. Softening the shoulders. It's really good this actually, having a video, because you can see all the things that you're not doing very well. Oh yeah, it feels so good up the side of the waist. Coming back to center. Let's circle the shoulders for a moment. And go the other direction. Oh yeah. And then switching sides. So just for the sake of the video, I'm going to switch like this. So we're up on, high on the back knee. Other leg is straight out to the side, toes pointing forward. I've got my back toes tucked, and I'm going to sit back, pressing my hips back, and maybe even walking the arms out straight in front of me. Oh yeah, that feels so good. Oh yeah. I was just imagining if someone was watching this and they didn't have the sound on and they could just hear me going, oh yeah, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it? I hope no one like rips the audio of this and uses it inappropriately. Don't do that, guys, if you're getting ideas, that's not cool. Oh, it does feel so good though. Lifting the hips back up off the bottom. Lifting opposite arm up. Sliding same arm as extended leg down the leg. And again, taking a really nice side bend. Oh yeah, feels so good. Oh yeah, shimmy out those shoulders. Okay, so now I'm going to come up into downward facing dog. And again, apologies to all my long-term students, I am a broken record, but I always come into downward dog by coming into plank position first. So shoulders over wrists, butt straight in line with back, and then pushing butt up and back. And hopefully you can see me right here, but I'm really high on the balls of the feet, and I'm just going to press through opposite heels, so almost like walking the feet out. Yeah, that feels really good, especially because we did a hamstring opening class last night, so I'm definitely feeling that in my body today. Woo, yeah. And then just take a few moments playing in downward dog, letting your body open up. So I don't know how well you can see this video. I could do with, one day I'll have a professional setup and not just my gong room in the hour before I have to go and pick the children up. So I'm in downward dog for you guys that know it. I'm high on the balls of my feet, and then I'm pressing my butt right back, bending the knees so they're almost touching the floor, and then just gently wriggling from side to side, pressing strongly into the hands. Rocking forward into plank, pressing back downward dog, into plank,
downward dog, into plank, downward dog. One more time just because it feels good. Into plank, downward dog. Oh, and then coming down into child's pose. So for child's pose, my favourite position to accommodate this bad boy, this belly, is to take big toes to touch, spread the knees wide, sit back on the heels and lengthen the arms out, forehead onto floor. And as I said, I'm doing this real time with the hope that somebody out there needs it as much as I do, and I can offer a little nugget of something free into the world that maybe will help someone somewhere. If that's you, drop me a comment, send me some love, share it, whatever. I'm all good with that. I've clearly made some inappropriate comments already, but that wouldn't be me if I didn't do that, so hey ho. And I'm going to be with you in it, so I'm just going to take a few breaths in child's pose to settle again. Okay, and then coming back up into downward facing dog. And walking the feet up to meet the hands. I'm going to just swizzle around to face you again. So I'm now in a forward fold, taking hold of opposite elbows. Oh, sorry. Oh, poor Lee. Hello, Katie. Taking hold of opposite elbows and just letting the knees bend as much as you need to protect the hamstrings. You don't want to feel any like real tight pulling in the hamstrings really here. So bend the knees. You can see from the side my knees are quite bent. Bend them as much as you need to. Folding forward, taking hold of opposite elbows, and just let the upper body totally relax. Oh yeah. Let the neck relax. And maybe even play with gently rocking from the front to the back of your feet. Check what time it is because I do actually have to collect the children at some point. Oh yeah. Maybe sitting a bit lower. Switching the cross of the elbows. Now I'm going to straighten the legs a bit more. Bringing fingertips to the floor, inhale, look up, or maybe bring fingertips to shins, looking up through your hair. Deep breath. Slow the breathing down again. Folding forward. So from your forward fold, taking fingertips to the floor, stepping left foot to the back of the mat. So you're high on the ball of the left foot, front knee bent. And you can stay here and have a little go with lifting hips up, straightening front leg, lowering the hips down, bending front knee. Just go very gently and only to the point where you can just about feel it. I always say this, if you're making your grimace face, you've gone too far. So we're just gently straightening to the best of our ability and bending the front leg. Oh yeah. And the next time you come down, take the weight into the left fingertip, so that's the opposite knee than the bent one, the opposite side than your bent knee. And then sweep that right arm up to the sky and look up to the fingertips. You can lower the back knee if you like. I'm going to keep mine lifted today actually. Oh. And keep breathing. And then lower that arm down and coming back into downward facing dog or coming back onto the knees. Come forward into your plank pose or your knees down position. Then lower all the way to the floor. And then I'd like you to bend the right leg, reaching back, taking hold of the top of that foot. And here what we're looking to do is squeeze the quad muscles, press the pelvis down into the floor, so we're getting a nice little stretch in the front of that quad. Slowing the breath down again. Releasing that leg, taking both hands to the floor under the shoulders, toes untucked. Inhale, press into the hands, lifting the chest. Press tops of the feet into the floor, squeeze your butt. Breathing here. Again, go gently. If you do have lower back issues, this can feel a bit crunchy, so don't go as high. Maybe go here. Maybe take the hands off the floor so it's your back muscles that have to do the work. And then tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back. Child's pose, then downward dog. Walk the feet up to the top of the mat again. Forward fold. Inhale to lift the chest and the heart. And then this time step the right foot back. So left knee is bent, right foot back. And the same sequence on the second side. So we've got front knee bent and we're going to move between straightening it as much as we can. Remember, you don't have to straighten it all the way, but a little bit of straightening, then a little bit of bending. Feels really good to me today because we did a standing splits class last night, so my hamstrings are really telling me about it. Remember to stay with the breath. And then with the knee bent, keep right hand on the floor, right fingertips on the floor. And as you breathe in, lift the left arm up to the sky. Stay there breathing. Beautiful. Then lower that arm down and either lower the knees or just step straight back into plank. Come down onto the belly. Bend the left leg. Take hold of the top of that foot. Oh yeah. And press the quad and the pelvis down into the floor. Squeeze the quad muscle. And stay here with the breath. Release that back leg. Take hands under shoulders, forehead onto the floor, tuck the toes, lifting up and back, coming into child's pose. So big toes together, knees wide, forehead to the floor and just relax. And then lifting the body up, coming to lie on your back. I'm just going to swizzle my mat round again. So I'm going to come and lie, hopefully you can all see me alright. Ah, that's what's going on. Sorry guys, I know this is annoying. The old, I need a technological expert. So if anyone knows anyone that could come give me a hand, that would be amazing. You can get free yoga lessons. So coming onto the back and hugging knees into chest. Oh yeah. And just gently rock from side to side. And now taking the knees wide either side of the chest, hugging them in. Slowing the breath down. And then we're going to hug right leg in, extend left leg almost down to the floor but not quite touching. And switching sides, left leg hugs in, right leg to the floor almost touching but not quite. And then going into yourself as you slowly switch between sides. And to be honest, on my own practice here, I probably wouldn't hold on to my knee. I'd probably draw them up in and give myself room to have my arms on the floor. So then you're actually quite engaging the lower belly muscles, the deep abdominal muscles, to help give you some stability and support. Oh yeah. And then draw knees into chest again, give them a hug. Take right foot to the floor and extend left leg up towards the sky, interlacing hands behind that thigh and flexing and pointing the left foot. Maybe even circling the ankle. Yeah. Drawing it even closer in towards the chest. Oh, I hope you guys are feeling as settled and as chilled as I am right now. And then bend that left knee and take the knee as if you're trying to get it into your armpit. And then wrap your arm around the knee so it comes down onto the shin, and take the other hand onto the foot. So notice here how my foot is really nice and flexed. You can stay there with the right knee bent, or you can extend the right knee down. Opening, giving yourself a nice little hip opener. Maybe even rocking slightly from side to side. Oh geez, I hope I'm not going to do a massive fart. It feels like it might be possible, so apologies in advance. Oh yeah. Okay, and then what we're going to do, take the right foot to the floor so you can lift your hips up, shift them over to the left, then straighten the right leg out again. Take your right hand onto the top of your opposite knee and draw it over the body towards the floor on the left. Then looking over to the left and extending that left arm so that you're in a twisted position. Oh. Remember to keep breathing deeply. So I have room today, so I can extend my left leg and take hold of it. Oh my God, that feels good. I don't get to do this very often. Coming back to center. And hugging the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side again. And this time take left foot to the floor, extend right leg up into the sky, hands interlaced behind. Flex and point that foot as you draw the quad, front of the thigh in towards the chest. Circling the ankles. And then bend that knee as if you're trying to draw it into your armpit. Taking your arm around the outside of the knee, maybe taking hold of the shin, and then taking hold of the heel with the other hand. And making sure you keep that foot nice and flexed. Maybe even rocking from side to side here can feel quite nice. And then to come into the single leg twist, release that top leg. Shift your hips over to the right, straighten out the bottom left leg again. Bring left hand onto the top of the right knee and draw it across the body as if you're going to bring it to the floor. Like most of us, you know, unless you're sort of doing yoga all the time or you're naturally very bendy, your knee may very well not come to the floor. That's totally fine. Your other foot may lay on your other leg still, that's totally fine. Just find a way to be comfortable and then look in the opposite direction to your knee if it's okay on your head and your neck. And I am going to take a straight leg. Oh, because I very rarely get to do that and it feels so good in my body today. Not every day, I must say. And stay with the breath. Let yourself wind down even more now. And then come back to center. And bend the knees, take them as wide as your yoga mat or whatever you're lying on, and just let them rock from side to side. I call this windscreen wipering the legs. So, if you have time and you're not super busy, I would thoroughly advocate doing this little cheeky manoeuvre. In fact, I would thoroughly say if you've got 5 minutes and you can set your timer, I'm going to take you with me, okay? I'm going over to the wall. If you've got 5 minutes and you can set your timer, then if you can do this, please do, because it's so nourishing. Hopefully that's going to work. So if you sit with your hip against the wall like this, and then you swizzle round onto your back and take your legs up the wall, letting the arms rest out like that. If you can do 5, they say up to 15 minutes with legs up the wall like this, but even 5 minutes feels amazing. I'm going to just lie with you here for a few minutes. Oh, yeah, let's let it all go. As you lie, let your whole body be heavy. Almost like the pull of gravity is too seductive. And knowing that in this moment there really is nowhere else to be, and that you are doing your family and the world a favour by setting your burdens down and hitting that reset button. Don't forget to breathe deeply. When I was thinking about doing this little class, doing my own movement practice today, for me yoga is always about something more than a physical strengthening practice. That being said, I fully advocate it for that purpose, and it makes me feel amazing in my body in a way that I really cherish. But it's also a moving meditation, and for me it's also a worship, a way of communing with the divine. And today, in the last week or so, has been really tough. So as I was thinking of my physical prayer, my interaction with my God or the divine source of all beings or the universe or whatever it is that is in you and without of you to connect with at that deep soul-searching level, I was thinking about, in my worship, breathing out pain and breathing in compassion. I was thinking of the prayer of, let me be one with you, let me know you. Let me be a force for good in this world, not thinking I can change everything, but having the courage to step out of my comfort zone to do whatever small part I was designed to play. Let my movement and my slowing down be a way of communicating with you through the still, quiet, innermost parts of myself. Let the compassion that I cultivate for my body ripple out into the world, not only to give my fellow brothers and sisters permission to embody that self-compassion too, but to let me be a force to share love and kindness and hope and peace with everyone that I meet. And this is my prayer of my body, of my mindful practice, of my communion with God. Okay. Oh, wow. So, who knows? I really hope that someone, somewhere, will get some benefit from me sharing this. I hope that someone somewhere will feel lighter and less burdened and a little bit better. So if you're still with me at this point, congratulations, I hope you feel really good. Let's sit in a comfortable seat. By all means stay in legs up the wall a bit longer, that's a totally cool thing to do. But bring your hands into prayer, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in. We're going to do 3 rounds of Om, which is how I like to finish all my classes. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Bowing to your own inner wisdom, to the quiet guide, to the heart, to the gut instinct, to everything that makes you you. Thank you. I hope this has reached somebody somewhere and they get to do a short practice that is just very intuitive and moves the body and gives us a chance to hit pause on the trials and tribulations of everyday life and instead drop into a space together of compassion and kindness and hope. Lots and lots of love. Drop me a comment if you've enjoyed it, if you'd like more like this, if there's anything you'd like me to cover. And I'm going to do a shameless plug. For those of you in the West Country, I am doing an event on Saturday and there's lots of spaces left. It's going to be glorious. So if you fancy coming along, drop me a message. I've made all the chocolate, the candles are ready, the gongs are good to go. It's going to be great. Anyway, lots of love. Oh, God, I feel better. Namaste. Bye.